think that's total.
This is a post-match press conference for the 2016 Division III Women's Volleyball Championship at the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh. Joining us now is University of Washington in St. Louis. And from left to right is Caroline DuPont, Vanessa Walby, and Julianne Malik. Coach,
Yeah.
opening comments before we open it up for questions.
Well, this would just be typical of my team, I think. We've done pretty well with 5-setters, and I think I wasn't very uncomfortable all day today because the girls were pretty relaxed on stuff. And I think once we started to loosen up a little bit more and started following our game plan a little bit better, things started to flow in our favor a little bit more. But the credit goes to these guys. They kind of got their grit and started making a push for sure.
And before we open it up for questions, I want to make it clear that the Bears do advance to the semifinals at 7:30 tomorrow. It's 7:30 Central against Southwestern University. Questions?
Coach Walby,
Yeah.
so the first 4 sets all went down to the final possession or the last couple of possessions. Could you talk about how tightly matched these two teams were?
Mary Washington's a great team. Their defense was unreal tonight, and they were very deceptive on their defense as well. They would sit back deep and then kind of start to crash on us, so it was a little bit difficult for us to mix up our shots. Plus their offense, they hit high hands really well, so they were hitting the top of our block even if we were trying to channel it. So once we started figuring that out a little bit, I think that helped. But I feel like we've prepared ourselves pretty well this season with high-level competition, where we've been put in those situations quite a bit. So our girls stay pretty relaxed during that, and they don't put too much pressure on themselves during that time.
And I think it's safe to say you guys have a lot of experience in 5-set matches.
Yes.
And you guys are
Thanks for bringing that up.
you guys are undefeated. Is this something about the team that you guys succeed when it comes down to that?
I'll let you guys answer that.
I think we do well when we're just like excited and just like hungry to play. And when it comes down to that 5th set, we just realize it's like now or never. And I say that all the time, now or never. But we just get so excited for it, and we just like have a lot of personality. And yeah, those 5th sets are like what we live for. So, although we shouldn't try to get to them all the time, but when we're there, we're like, this is awesome. Like, let's go. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I think Coach Walby always talks about how we need to have like grit, and that's our strength is when we show personality and stuff. And so I think 5th games is when that really comes out for us, and we really want to win.
And Caroline and Julianne, you guys played a huge role, especially coming down the stretch. What was working so well for you guys as middle hitters in the 4th and 5th set?
I'd say for starters, our defense was killing it, getting a lot of balls up so we could get set and we were in system. Same with serve receive, it was just awesome all around. And we were just able to be deceptive and decide when we wanted to set the middles, when we wanted to set the outsides, have that decision. And when we made the decision to set the middles a little bit more, it really worked out in our favor. So, and we love to run fun things, and we were able to do that.
We work on these guys being as fast as possible, and we try to speed up our tempo with our middles quite a bit. But these guys do a good job of putting the ball in play. I mean, Caroline hit 514 and Julianne hit 350. That doesn't happen very often in the Elite Eight. But they take care of the ball well, and they see the floor well. So the more we can get the ball to them, the better our team is. It opens things up a little bit more.
And Caroline, you've been on the team for 4 years now. This is the first time you've made it this far.
Yeah.
How does it feel?
It's great. It feels like all of our hard work is really paying off. As a senior, I'm just like so happy with my team and with coach and everyone. So I'm just really excited and want to cherish this experience. Yeah.
So when you talk about getting into your game plan, what did you not do early that you did late?
We didn't mix up our shots very well. We just kept ripping the ball right to their defense instead of going up strong and then dropping a shot here and there. And then once we started mixing up our shots, everybody was mixing up their shots instead of we talk a lot about yo-yoing our shots of going deep and short and deep and short. And I just felt like we were hitting the same ball all the time. And our game plan was to feed our middles. And when we looked at our first few sets, everybody else was getting probably 3 times the amount of sets that our middles were, and it's hard for our pin players to open things up if our middles aren't involved.
Well, yeah, so you had more balls go to the middle than you had go to the pins. Which I'm not sure I've ever seen.
Yeah, starting in set probably 3, 4, and then obviously in 5 we did that a little bit more. But we weren't very consistent at it, I don't think, the first few sets. I mean, at one time after a match I said, Caroline literally got 2 sets during that, and everybody else had like 9, 10, 11 sets. I'm like, we need to mix this up a little bit more. And I think our setters good enough to feed the ball, and we work a lot of out of system stuff. So once we started working that a little bit more, the girls were able to take care of the ball and put that in play.
And I guess now that it's midnight and you have a match tomorrow, what do you know about Southwestern University, and what do you have to do to succeed?
They're a good team defensively as well. We've played UT Dallas, and I believe that's who they had to beat to get here, and also in their conference tournament a little bit. And so they have grit, and they have a great coach. I remember him when he was at Laverne, so he coaches extremely well. And they don't really give up. They'll just keep going. So we're going to have to really work on mixing up our offense a little bit more, and the girls are going to have to see the floor more, and hopefully we pass as well as we did tonight so that we have all 3 options.
Thank you, Washington University.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is a post-match press conference for the 2016 Division III Women's Volleyball Championship at the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh. Joining us now is University of Mary Washington, which just completed its quarterfinal match. With us now are Emma Olson, Matt Troy, and Rachel Hendricks. Coach, if you could start us with an opening comment before we open it up for questions.
Yeah, what a match. I mean, that was a hard-fought battle. Washington, St. Louis, I mean, as we could tell, is a phenomenal team. Their middles, just amazing. We don't see middles. I mean, Juniata had great middles as well, but we haven't run up against middles like that. And I thought they did a good job of keeping us off balance. I thought our team fought hard the entire match, and we were so close on a couple different sets there. Washington St. Louis made some great adjustments where they were starting off more in a perimeter, and then they switched to more of a rotational against us out of system. We had to make those adjustments, so I felt like there was just a back and forth battle, coaching wise, player wise. I mean, it was just a great match to be a part of. It really was.
Coach, were you surprised by anything that you saw from Washington today that you weren't prepared for?
No. I mean, we knew they were going to run their middles in system. We knew they had a couple big outsides. They like to run the slide. So, I mean, we were prepared for it all. They executed well. I thought we executed well. Some great hustle plays defensively on both sides of the net. So, I mean, like I told our players, I mean, they have to be completely proud of how hard they played and the match that they played. We're disappointed in the fact that we can't advance, but at the same token, we're really proud of the effort and the determination that they showed for the entire 5 sets.
Emma, could you speak on your 4 years at Mary Washington and concluding?
Try not to cry, sure. No, we were just talking as a team, and to end your career at the Elite Eight, somewhere that this program's never been, and setting heights and accomplishing goals that we had set for ourselves. It really is it's a huge blessing to be a part of this program. I could say more, but I would probably cry. I'm just extremely thankful to have played here, and I'm forever an Eagle, so I'm just very, very blessed.
Rachel, can you talk a little bit about what this experience has been like for you and what it means for you and your team to be here at the Elite Eight?
Yeah, it's really awesome. Obviously, we've never been here, so we always joke that we're like the newbies, and we're all like, oh my god, looking at everything. It's really like a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and I'm so thankful for being here, and it's a team effort, it's a coaching effort, it's one of the best experiences I've ever experienced, and that was an awesome game, and I was so, that was one of the most fun games I've ever played in, so it was awesome.
Coach, could you speak on your 2 seniors, Caroline and Emma?
Oh, boy.
Dang it, Coach.
Okay, I have a question for Emma.
Yeah.
Okay, so you really use your hitters. I mean, there's not a dominant hitter. How do you know where you want to go and who you want to go with? How are you making those decisions?
Honestly, it's the hot hand. This match, it happened to be this one at the end of the table. A phenomenal match on her effort, just absolutely being available, calling for every ball, wanting every ball. We have faster attacks that we obviously want to pursue first. With our flare, our faster back set being one of them. Our threes for our middles, ones for our middles, obviously in transition. We have a hut to the outside. We try to run a pretty fast tempo if we can. But honestly, it's usually the hot hand, and then it's usually who has the better blocking matchup, and that's looked at by coach, and he's giving me pointers as to who to go to, who has the better matchup. And this match, I think you got to give credit to Washington St. Louis. There really wasn't a better a matchup where any of my hitters were going to have the super dominating force on their the upper hand. Just a great blocking effort on their front, but our hitters kept going at it, kept going after it every single point through 5 sets, and it's a privilege to just set wonderful hitters that want the ball as much as they do and pursue the ball as much as they do.
Okay, Coach, back to you. Talk about your seniors.
I love them to death. Love them to death. They came in, believed in what we were selling, and they've been with me every step of the way. So can't thank them enough.
Coach, you have an incredibly young team. Can you talk a little bit about the future of Mary Washington volleyball?
Yeah, future is bright. When you got a front row that doesn't have a senior on it, and senior next year. And we got a couple more freshman pins coming in as well that are going to push our young team. Defensively, we have a sophomore setter next year. Mo's done a great job mentoring her and showing her the ropes, and then we have another one already committed coming in from Pennsylvania. So I'm really excited about what we have going forward and where the program is, and I really feel like this isn't the only time that we'll be here from this point going forward. I think there's going to be another time, maybe next year, maybe the year after, who knows, but I think we're getting to that point.
The Eagles conclude their season with a 31-4 record. University of Mary Washington, thank you.
Thank you.